There are bodies of teenagers on the ground. Someone killed them. It seems to be recent, because the blood hasn't dried yet. The picture gives you goosebumps and makes you feel a little uneasy. On the path stands a man as pale as death itself. There are strange folds on his skin. This skin seems to be too big for him. You can't see his eyes from here, but you can feel him drilling you with his gaze. You feel fear and pray to God that the creepy visitor will avoid the house. Let's summarize. There's gonna be people coming in at night. You decide who to let in, who not. It's hard to decide visually. We'll be told later by the authorities what to do. Look in the windows. You don't know what's going on. And keep your head down. It's dangerous everywhere now. I'll sleep in your cabinet tonight, and tomorrow you can do it yourself. Come and see me in the afternoon, and we'll talk. Good morning, dear viewers. And we have a rather alien-looking reporter on the TV here. And if this guy comes seeking shelter, he's gonna have to stay outside. It's the morning weather forecast. The sun keeps shining, and the summer heat persists in our town. The duration of this heat has already broken a Guinness record, and it seems that the good weather isn't going anywhere. Scientists are closely monitoring solar activity and predict its intensification, but they assure us there's no need to worry. So, grab your sunglasses, take your best swimsuits, and don't forget your hats. And most importantly, make sure you don't get sunstruck. Lately, there has been... Okay, and this is the living room. Hey, man. Blue smokes. And he's got nothing to say. Okay, and just like that, it's nighttime. It's dead quiet outside. Nobody's there. Even the alcoholics, for some unknown reason, decided not to show up on the street. Are they afraid of someone? Okay. And it appears that we live on the countryside. We're in the outskirts of some city. Oh. You see several teenagers spending time in a field outside the window. They are sitting around, chatting excitedly, not paying attention to you. In the distance is the neighbor's house. The neighbor is visiting you now. Alright, let's look through the door. Nothing of concern outside, at least not yet. I was hiding in the pub, but I was kicked out. Why? Not everyone can handle my temper. But I don't mean to offend anyone. Don't get me wrong, it's just... sometimes it gets sickening. You know how it is. What do you think? Will you let me in? Are you sure there won't be any trouble with you? What do you mean by troubles, homeowner? Murder and fights are against my soul, but I let no harm come to myself. What I like is eating and drinking, and talking in a good mood. Is that a problem? Why did they kick you out of your last shelter? I was thinking to tell you something offensive, but I changed my mind. I told you, people just felt uncomfortable with me. They were all sorts of weirdos. When I think about it, maybe it was for the best that they kicked me out. Those would have eaten me alive and not even noticed. This guy's a bit peculiar, but we'll let him in. Thanks. Trust in people nowadays is worth no more than a coin. That's why I appreciate your trust. Maybe... Alright, I can't promise anything. Sorry for disturbing you so late. It's just...
Sorry for disturbing you so late. It's just too hot during the day. The TV said it's better not to go out in the sun. Is there any corner for me?
How did you get here?
I didn't really intend to come. Yeah, the asphalt is already melting under my feet, but it's not that bad here yet. It will make you laugh. I've got visitors at my house. Huh? Can you imagine? They kicked me out of my own house. Now I'm wandering around, looking for somewhere to hide from the sun.
What do you think will happen in the future?
I don't know. Will I survive? Who will help me? How long will I have to search for help? I don't know what will happen next. I can't even guess. Are you scared by this? I am. Very much so.
You know what? Your appearance is very troublesome, but your vibe is okay. I guess you can come in.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, really. Oh God, I'll live one more day.
And it seems like that's everyone that's coming in for tonight. Hopefully we made the right decision letting those two strangers in. Let's go to sleep. Hopefully we have sweet dreams and no nightmares. We interrupt our morning show for an urgent message. Today at 6:28 a.m., there was a powerful solar energy eruption. This flare was larger than scientists predicted. The air temperature has reached a critical level. Authorities have declared a state of emergency. We urge all citizens to avoid going outside during daylight hours. Now, on to the news. Aliens. People emerging from underground? No, this isn't a sci-fi story or a tabloid headline. Eyewitnesses report contact with visitors around the city. One witness encountered a middle-aged man who had perfectly white teeth. It turns out he was one of these visitors. Similar incidents with visitors sporting perfect teeth have been observed. So if you want to identify them, check their teeth. Please stay alert and calm. Now, let's move on to other news. Hi. Yeah? Did you want something? Oh, how do you recognize a visitor? I know no more than you. Visitors can be identified by perfectly white teeth. That's wrong. They just want us to kill each other. And it's not clear why. Yeah, I was gonna say, so if you just have a good diet and oral hygiene, you'll not have a place to stay. Oh, and here's the woman.
Hopefully this will all be over soon.
How do you recognize a visitor?
I wish I knew how. I'm so scared that a visitor could be anyone.
The only thing I heard on the radio was that their teeth are perfect, but do regular people not have good teeth? That's what I was thinking. Let's ask about the cataclysm. Oh. I don't even know what to say. I decided to look out the window and I wish I hadn't looked out there. The sun just burned some kids. I don't want to die from the burning sun so badly. I'd rather die a quick and painless death than die from the sun in agony. I don't want to be burned to death. I don't. No. It's only going to get worse. I know it. We're all gonna die. I'm sorry, I'm very worried. It's okay. Alright, and I guess we'll eat something? Outside the window stands a neighbor and his daughter. They play happily together, forgetting the horror that is happening. Just for a moment. Watching this makes you remember your childhood and gives you a warm feeling of nostalgia. Okay. It's good that it's a happy scene, but why are people playing outside given all the trouble? There are bodies of teenagers on the ground. Someone killed them. It seems to be recent, because the blood hasn't dried yet. The picture gives you goosebumps and makes you feel a little uneasy. On the path stands a man as pale as death itself. There are strange folds on his skin. This skin seems to be too big for him. You can't see his eyes from here, but you can feel him drilling you with his gaze. You feel fear and pray to God that the creepy visitor will avoid the house. Alright. Let me tell you right away, I'm not afraid of the heat, but I'm still looking for a quiet place. Can I find peace at your place? Who are you? You're asking if I'm a visitor, aren't you? No, I'm not a visitor, but there is something I would ask of you. Later. I'm not sure yet. Take off your jacket. No. It's okay if you don't let me in. I'll just keep moving. I'm not gonna beg or bother you. Alright, you better get a move on. I get it. Okay, bye. I see you got a lot of gunpowder residue on your hands. Can you shoot me? Yeah, you need the bullets yourself. Bye. Okay, that was an odd encounter. Don't feel bad for saying no. And we have a... My first thought is Jack Black, but a lot uglier. How fortunate we are. We've witnessed firsthand the consequences of human passions. The earth will be cleansed. The sun will do its work. And we will go to a new clean world. That's the good news. You're scaring me. You out of your mind? Listen to me. I'll give you a brief rundown. The sun burns and burns us for a reason. It bakes sins out of us. We've all done all sorts of things, and now the sun is angry. Gives his hit to us. And that's a good thing. All our sins will be over. We'll live our lives properly. What's gonna happen to you then? What's it got to do with me? We're all gonna live well right after the sun helps. The sun will just help us get rid of all this stuff, you know? No? You understand everything. That's why you're alive. Sure. Come on in. I can tell you a lot more about all this. Do you have any beer? I forgot to ask. Looks like you're drunk already. Too bad we are the witnesses. Maybe we are participants too. Who are you? Just a person. I'm not looking for anything. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. I came out of the shadows. I'll stay in the shadows. What are you talking about? That's how you look at it. What do my words mean to you? Will you read my fortune from a book? Okay. Let's open near the middle, last paragraph. The dead will come and tell, and he will not be believed. What does that mean? I need to think now. Maybe I'll see you later. That's an odd one. But that does it for tonight's visitors. Let's hope no one tries to force their way in. Good morning, dear viewers. This is the morning news. Solar activity remains abnormal, and experts predict that it will continue to intensify. There are continuing reports from eyewitnesses about encounters with visitors. In response to this situation, authorities urgently ramped up FEMA operations. FEMA is an acronym for the Federal Emergency Management Agency. FEMA members wear yellow hazmat suits. The FEMA Special Committee started functioning recently, but they have discovered a new indicator of visitors. The FEMA Special Committee experts believe that, besides teeth, visitors can be identified by dirt under their nails. As reported by FEMA, this was discovered during an inspection of one of the houses. Employees encountered a woman who had worked as a nurse. For some unknown reason, she had dirt under her nails. Given that visitors emerged from the ground, the woman was taken for testing. Her dangerous status was confirmed. If you notice anyone resembling a visitor, promptly contact FEMA members or call the hotline at 0451. Please stay alert and calm and avoid leaving your home during daylight hours. Now, let's move on to other news. In difficult times, when the hour of despair is near and trust is hard to come by, there are those you can rely on. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA. Hotline 0451. You can trust us. Yeah, did you want something? I need to check on you. What do you want to check? Can I see your teeth? You want to see my teeth? Well, look at them. They still have the taste of unhappiness and smoke on them. Well, his teeth look pretty good to me. Yellowish, huh? Well, don't bother me with your tests. I'm not a visitor. Can I see your hands? Dirt under the fingernails? Is that supposed to be a sign? They can just wash their hands. That's all it takes. So what? Every gardener is a visitor now? That's ridiculous. Look at the nails. Well, am I a visitor? Of course not. How many victims are there? Thousands? Hundreds of thousands? Millions? Honestly, I've got absolutely no idea. And no one will tell you, so you don't piss your pants in fear. No matter what number you come up with, triple it. That's probably closer to the actual number of victims.
Hopefully this will all be over soon.
I need to check on you. Let's look at her hands.
Show you fingernails?
An interesting sign for sure. Yeah, let's see.
Oh. What's on them? It can't be the ground. I don't remember digging in the dirt. Maybe someone got me dirty.
I think with this one we can forgive the dirty fingernails. We'll hear her out.
How did I get this dirt? It's not like I haven't showered in days, yes? That's weird.
For her, it will make sense. I'm still sussed out with her because she has them, and this guy because he has white teeth. But it's okay. We didn't check on the big guy who was talking all that religious stuff when he came. There is a small group of FEMA staff standing outside a neighbor's house. I wonder what they are talking about. Maybe they are taking soil samples? Or are they looking for a place to set up base? It makes you feel a little better to think that someone is trying to make sense of this nightmare. Yeah, let's hope they're here to help, eh? I think generally speaking, when you see these sorts of pieces, the government just makes things worse. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here. The bodies of teenagers burned to death on the ground. They seem to have been lying here all day. 2 emergency workers are standing next to the bodies and writing something down. It's good that there are those who can remove the bodies. It's scary to imagine what kind of contagion could appear if the rotting bodies are not removed from the streets. Yeah, we'll say that's the reason they're there and that's what's going on. There is a group of armed soldiers outside the window. Apparently, they are a small unit sent here from the city to provide security for the EC. You can only hear bits and pieces of phrase about a pale man with a bare torso. Maybe they want to track down that creepy stranger? You feel relieved that there are people ready to deal with a dangerous guest on the streets. I have a suspicion that everyone that we've seen could be a visitor, so... Oh! Why are you here? How's it going here? Is everything okay? What do you want? Listen, hey, are you alone in the house? Just curious. You're just reading someone's fortune. Promising salvation to some, driving some away. I'm alone. How come? It's hard to be alone. What's wrong with you? Come with me, young man.
Wait, what?
No one will know what happened when the last guest arrived. The house is left unoccupied for a long time.
Wait, we went out with the guy?